Hello, friends. Welcome to Monday night. And it's a snowy evening, but there's no woods around, at least not directly in front of my apartment. Hopefully you all had a lovely weekend. Hopefully you're staying healthy, staying safe, all that fun stuff. Picking up where we left off. And just for the love of God, I just hope this game doesn't crash. I went back to the settings that I had it on for last Monday's stream. And hopefully we can get through these couple of hours without any issues. I am getting close to the end of the game. So, we shall see how much closer we get. So, we left off. We are going to get ready to go to Byzantium, but there's a couple more side quests that I would like to take care of before we head on in that particular direction. So let's get started. Let's get started here tonight. And just do a quick check of the things. So you have the Ice Palace, you have Canid's Cradle, Friendship's Due. That's Felix's quest. I'm not really feeling Felix as a character. And we still have Parvati's hopping all over the galaxy to impress her date. So I just had a thought regarding this just before we started, because I knew I had this particular quest still up. The fact that it gives me these two options leads me to believe that there's yet another option, because obviously I can choose to do nothing, but I think there is another way. I think there's another way around this. And I think that involves Zora. Because I don't want to side with any of them. I don't want to side with Sanjar nor Graham. But Zora might be the thing. So let's see if we can get our fast travel on and go back to Amber Heights. Yeah, I see the quest marker. You gonna allow me to fast travel? Come on. Don't like that frickin' Really? Thank you. Beautiful. I don't want to do that. Where is the good Zora? In here? No, she's probably with Graham.
Captain, we should chat. Graham's got the right idea, but he isn't the right guy to execute it. I don't even think he's motivated by philosophism anymore. I think he's just guilt-ridden. I can't believe I'm even saying this, but I keep going over and over it in my head, and the only way I see the Iconoclast surviving is we depose him. Okay. Deep breaths. This is what's best, Sora. Time to save Monarch.
All right.
Captain, you must be back with the access codes to our new ship.
Graham, we need to talk.
We have work to do. This isn't the time for one of our spats. Stand down. I'm afraid I don't understand, Captain.
You're running the Iconoclast into the ground, and I don't believe it'll get better after we take Stellar Bay. The troops take orders from me already, and you've brought me as far as you can down the Eternal Path. It's time to step down.
The troops. Listen to you. This isn't an army. They aren't soldiers. They're believers. Followers. They pick up a gun because you tell them to, not because they want to. And you, Captain, after all you've done for me, for us, you throw behind this mutinous blasphemer? I built this movement from the ground up. I've brought freedom to Monarch, and all these years later, we're still free.
I joined because I believed that you were in it for the Iconoclasts. That you wanted nothing more than to bring freedom to Halcyon. That you were selfless. But I know the truth now, Graham. I know what happened in Amber Heights. You didn't start this movement because you wanted to save us. You wanted to save yourself.
No. I've spent years atoning for my sins. I've studied, meditated, taught. I built the Iconoclast so that any man could cast away his past for a fresh start.
That's your answer, Graham? You needed a fresh start? After all those innocent lives? I'm sorry. I believed in you once. I did. But it's over. Stand down.
I won't. What happened back then was a mistake, and the colony has moved on. This is my movement. These are my people. If you want to lead them, you'll have to kill me.
Please. Don't make me do this, Graham.
If this is where my path ends, I accept it. But as long as I draw breath, I will not abandon them.
So be it.
Incoming!
All right.
Asshole.
All right. Let's give the module to her. I did not expect him to be that much of a pushover.
Well, Captain, here we are. Killed a lot of people in the name of the Iconoclasts, and it never feels right. But this time, it's especially wrong. You've got the... Void held me. I'll never remember what that thing is called. The device from the ship. Do you have it? I've thought about it, but I think we're too far gone. Pulling Carlotta's support was crossing a line.
Ooh. I have a persuade.
You know, Captain, I never thought about that. Maybe he could be taught the eternal truth. Spread the message from within the corporations. All right. If he's willing to talk, I'll give him a chance.
All right. So, let's see if we can broker a little peace here. Let's see. All right, let's go visit Sanjar. Whoops. Let's go visit our dear friend Sanjar. Come on. Meanwhile, please enjoy this anatomical drawing of a mantiqueen. Enjoy. Save it.
I'm real sorry about your friends, Mirka. Ain't no one deserves to go like that. Certainly not folks just trying to get by.
Thanks for saying that. You know, after seeing...
If the iconoclasts reach that ship first, there won't be any chance for a peaceful monarch. I don't suppose you've found the targeting module yet. I've sent patrols, but they're running into trouble with the iconoclasts. They're all mad! And what's more, they left us! I don't see any way for us to work together. Not this again.
Remember what we practiced, sir.
Yes. The words in those reviews were very hurtful, but they do not define me. I am a mantipillar, and my will is my cocoon. I can emerge and become whatever I wish. You too?
He has a point, sir. And it's not all bad.
Supposing you're right, who exactly would you have me work with? The iconoclasts are not the most compromising sorts.
Well, you see.
How do these things ever start? Once upon a time, Graham and I saw the same problems with MSI. A rigid corporate structure with no regard for its people. But, where I wanted to reform MSI, he only wanted to take it apart. As if starving in the wilderness is somehow better than starving under corporate mismanagement. He wouldn't hear reason, and I doubt any of his successors will either.
Well, you say that.
That's an interesting suggestion. I confess I don't know much about her except that she worked for Rizzo.
There ain't a body on this planet that can keep a group patched up like she has. I don't know how she does it.
I'd be willing to consider it, but I need to see her review first. Excellent. Her review would be in the Rizzo offices in Cascadia. Bring it to me, and I'll see if she's qualified.
All right. So, let's see what we do now. Let's go back to the Not Wonka factory in Cascadia. Boop. Which is... That's the landing pad. That's Cascadia. Let us press on. Do you want some beauty and verisimilitude to your frontier home with faux windows? Very good. Yep, I know we have marauders and all of that fun stuff. I know. Whole place is crawling with baddies. I know.
Here they come!
Everyone all right?
Oh. Like, what? Why am I on fire? Oh. That would be why I'm on fire. Standing in front of a steam vent will do that. Anyway. I'd like to get in, please. Workbench discovered. Yes, good.
Incoming!
You know. Change weapon. Go back to my good friend, the shotgun. Doesn't matter the game. You have a shotgun, it'll be your best friend. 17 meters. Ah, there's the terminal. Nice. I'll just take all y'all. Because I hoard shit. View data. Executive review! Here to assess your progress, grab a can of Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch, sit back and learn how you can sweeten your career. Note, all employee reviews are property of Rizzo. Misuse of data may result in fines, loss of employee perks, and negative reviews. Executive review. Zora's a top-notch sawbones with a good head for working under pressure. She knows how to assimilate large amounts of detailed information to make quick decisions. Her competence and decisiveness have allowed her to restore more than a few limbs and digits lost to carelessness around the machinery. Recommend for Employee of the Month. Executive review for Cecil McClure. Cecil's enthusiasm for Rizzo's product is unmatched, and he displays an impressive knowledge of company products. He's exactly the kind of worker we need to keep at our storefronts. Do not promote beyond store manager. We have the executive review. Good. And now we can head back. Confident in a job well done. While I'm here, I'll just take a few things. I think I already... No, I didn't. That's all right. I'm not here to look at lore. I'd like to get rid of some of these side quests so that I can head to Byzantium and begin the final portion of the game.
Big mistake.
And that's how it's done, Captain.
Good. Good. Oh, another one? Really? Oh, you're about beyond the wall. You are of no account. So, let's move back. Let's head back to Sanjar. Boop. Moving right along. How about some diet toothpaste that you could just stuff right down your throat? Oh, wait a minute. I was supposed to brush my teeth with this stuff?
Any luck bringing the iconoclast to the bargaining table? I don't like the idea that they'll be trying for that module while we delay. Very well. I can't promise anything, but let's see what we have here. Well, it seems like she's actually very qualified.
If it weren't for her, I'd wager the iconoclast would have died off a while ago.
All right. I'll have Celia organize a meeting in neutral territory, the old OSI church in the ruins. Meet us there, and we'll discuss terms.
All right. Now we'll oversee the negotiation. Peace will happen, damn it! So where am I going next? Oh, alright. Not too far out. Cool. Cool. I was like, I have this super ooper duper powerful thing which can turn the tide of this little Donnybrook you guys have going here, but I want you to dance for me.
Hey, thanks for coming.
I wish I'd had more time to prepare a proper analysis on the costs and benefits of your proposed union, but I suppose we'll have to improvise.
Gotta admit, I really thought I was walking into a trap here. I'm ready.
If it were, I wouldn't be standing here all vulnerable-like.
Sanjar, Stellar Bay's got food and walls. And my people need both. If you'll have us, we're willing to share the space.
Do you have any idea what that would cost? Why, drawing up the budget alone is going to take weeks.
Not good enough. I need to move a fair amount of my people into the city. We need shelter, Captain. Suppose some of our healthier folk could offer aid. Some of us need to stay in the city proper, though.
Captain, this might really work.
Truly, a compromise? I'm not sure I'd ever have heard as much from Graham.
Graham was a murderous fiend, and I'd be shocked if you didn't already know that. His friend? Are you fucking kidding me, Captain? I've been standing with Graham for the better part of a decade, while this paperclip cowboy sat behind his walls.
This feels like one of those times when everyone at headquarters but me is laughing at something, but you two aren't laughing.
Amber Heights, you haulhead. 10 years ago, Graham had all those people killed.
What? That's not possible. Even for him, that's going too far. But that means I had no idea, I swear. Look, we were both fed up with corporate leadership, but I never guessed he'd do something like that.
I think he's being truthful, Captain. I feel it in my gut. Kind of nauseous, but ticklish.
You can't take bureaucrats at their word. You back someone into a corner like this, and they'll say anything to get out of it.
Very well. I suppose my ignorance is no excuse. I knew Graham for years. I should have done my due diligence and known exactly who I was working with. Surely you know what that's like.
Yeah, I do. Okay, if you're willing to house and supply some of us, I'll have our more capable soldiers help out.
As am I. Oh, I can feel my blood pressure lowering already.
Thanks for coming out, Sanjar. I, guess I'll see you at Stellar Bay.
Gotta be honest, Captain. Never thought I'd
Quest
see the day.
completed.
You've done a good thing for Monarch.
Nice. Beautiful. So, with that now done, we have some peace. I believe that's all that there is. I mean, it's under completed. And we are. Very good. That said, I believe we are done on this planet, at least for the time being. So now we'll do the SubLight quest, which is the Ice Palace. And for that, we have to go back to the ship. But before any of all that, we're going to pop back on, we're going to save it, and then we will carry on. Engage. Jean-Luc Picard, I am not. But there we go. They have made their peace, and let's hunt for some salvage, which is over here.
We've reached HRS-1084, Captain. It's emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost mislabeled it as normal etheric static.
So for this, let's leave Nyoka behind for this one. Let's bring Parvati and the robot. We haven't had the robot yet on any of these side quests. He's our newest member, so let's do. So that said, 674. Do I have anything stronger? I don't think I do. I might take that from me. 230? Oh, absolutely. Plasma cutter gold. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I think we're good. Let's do the thing.
Please check battery levels before initiating an extended sanitization session.
Override terminal and restore power. What do I have to do? Because it said the quest updated. Alright. So restore power first. But first, some plot. Shipping label, 1 case of UDL concussive mines to HRS 1084. Signed by Chief of Security Ida Kimball. Warning, contents may have shifted in transit. Warranty is void on any and all detonated mines regardless of cause. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying mines is a fireable offense. Mines are not a company-authorized decoration, pet, or sporting equipment. Mines are not suitable for ingestion. Mines are not eligible for any recycling promotion. Do not purposely sand, sit, or recline on mines. Mines are not your friend. UDL claims no liability for any actions taken or not taken by mines. UDL recognizes that you could have chosen any remote explosives provider. Your commitment guarantees product quality and safety for many shipments to come. Thank you, and have a pleasant detonation. Quality and safety not guaranteed. But we do have some baddies. That much is plain. Restore power 24 meters. That is barred. Sealed. Oh, hello. You'll be fine. UDL identity cartridge. Some woolly curds. Semi-solid coagulated woolly cow milk. It's the woolly squeaky cheese that kids claim to love. Don't need that. Porcelain baked beans, some purple berry lunch. No, no, no. Armor parts are always good, though. Yep. Really? Thank you. Override terminal. Okay, I'm getting... Ah, there's the restore power. Mode maintenance, 2% terminal modify generator mode normal. Disabling emergency lighting, facility light, activating security protocols, activating air recyclers, new laboratory scent options selected, flushing toilets, air flushing toilets, see maintenance logs for details. Maintenance logs, facility status report. Critical issues. A toilet in the maintenance barracks does not flush. Replacement part ordered 1,243 days ago. Non-critical issues. Sensors indicate Alta Vitae gas is leaking from storage tanks. Alta Vitae gas is toxic to humans. Priority set to non-critical. Management does not utilize the Alta Vitae gas tank storage room. Sensors detect that new laboratory scent air freshener is running low. Let's repair the work order already exists. The existing work order was opened 991 days ago and was last accessed 991 days ago.
Oh, I see you have activated your holographic shroud, Captain. Excellent. Becoming indistinguishable from an authentic UDL trooper will prove advantageous to your current situation. A UDL vessel has been tracking our position and just recently docked with the station. They are patching into the station's transmission lines now. I cannot stop.
I've been waiting for this day since we tagged your ship in Cascadia, Captain. Wait, who are you? No one told me we had security forces deployed on the station already. Roger that. Just as a precaution, I'm sure you won't mind if we turn on the station's security systems. Can't be too careful. We'd hate to leave this location undefended after a close call with outlaws. That should have been fixed by now. As you say, we'll just head out then. Safe travel, soldier.
The UDL gunship is undocking from the station. They appear to be departing.
Oh, beautiful.
My dad used to say words have power. You proved them true.
Beautiful. Oh, that was splendid. Oh, I'm so glad I had the requisite access for that. That was not going to be fun if I hadn't. Especially with all of these automechs. But it appears that I need to get the hell out. Messages. To redact your concerns. Okay. You asked that I'd reach out. I'm doing so. Is something amiss with the team? How's their morale? Their commitment to the project? Of course morale is low. You gave those PhDs tanks of nuclear scrambling gas and no warm bodies to test it on. What'd you think would happen? They can test on each other all they want, but no one lays a hand on my squad. I'm installing safeguards in case anyone challenges that decree. Bedtime story. Once upon a time, there was a princess who trained to be a soldier. While the other princesses got jobs at canneries and counting houses, the soldier squinted down her sights at the firing range and made sure she hit the target every time. Then one day, a not very nice man offered her a job at an ivory tower far, far away from the kingdom. The princess could provide for her ailing father, her lovely child, and her goofball husband, but she would have to stay locked in the tower until the doctors could find a way out. Once she thought better of her choices, the princess applied for early dismissal, but no one listened. The end. I love you, Angelica. Maybe you can write me a better ending? Give your father a hug and tell him I'm sorry for missing another birthday, Mom. Ooh.
proximity analysis. External fill sterilization measures employed. Caution, contact with electrical currents can be lethal to customers.
Oh, thank you, Sam. High security containment checkpoint alpha. All right, let's encode the... I don't have a... Okay. What else happened here? A transport vessel has been dispatched to HRS 1084. I have taken the liberty of upgrading the sensitive materials containment rating of this asset, which means you are permitted to leave with company-branded consumables, but all personal effects must be left behind. Do not interfere with the tanks. The cleanup crew will dispose of all exhausted assets in time. Anyone who requires ethical correction therapy can speak to a Spacer Care-approved dentist. Personal files. Note on Jay Guthrie. James is gone and he never said goodbye. I keep telling myself that he wanted me to remember him as he was outside of the tank. Or maybe he was just bad at goodbyes. When I saw what was left of him, I wanted to airlock everyone who let it happen. You could have said something, James. We were never short on time. Nothing's keeping me here now. The bits aren't worth it. I've requested a transfer. I get the impression I'm not the only one. Kimball thinks there'll be trouble once the docks run out of warm bodies. If James was around, I know he'd set her straight. But now that he's gone, maybe I could use some convincing too. She showed up next to my bunk last night. Said that if anything happened to her, her password was her daughter's name. Hope it never comes to that. Blank keycard. Nice and convenient. Oh, let's take all of that. Now, I've got stuff. Now I've got a blank. Electrical control room keycard. That's what I wanted. But I need to get out of here and reset my access. Thank you. All right. Nope, already did that. I will take a mag pick, though. Okay. That leads me nowhere. Okay. So where is... Well, that's the break room, obviously. And I was already here. Can't access the door from that angle. Okay. Can't go there. So clearly there is something I am missing. Some sort of hidden room or hidden something. Combat drone. Mechanical. That's barred. Maybe this way? Ah!
Mega messy.
Aha! Can we disengage that? Thank you. Let's turn off the electro floor. Log Mama Bear. Kimball came by asking if any of the docs had been around. I told her what I know. It's been quiet. Just ask Alpha. She walked off with a spring in her step. Okay, weird. Then she requisitioned a UDL electrofloor of 3,000 for my checkpoint and a crate of concussion mines. Guess she didn't believe me. Is she preparing for war? She's acting like she knows something the rest of us don't. Seems especially uncomfortable around the docks. I do not need creams. But now I can get around you. You. All right. Sure. Never can be too loaded on mag locks. Just raid the bunks. Share and enjoy. Nothing noticeable there. Space turlet. Sure, you're in pristine condition. All right.
Scanning for C2547. Grade rated contaminants.
Subject, Dr. Charles McNulty. Current status alive, unstable. Stasis setting active. Note, subject cannot be revived until a method for stabilizing his condition is found. In gratitude, Dr. Eva Chartrand, Lorelei Fall, James Guthrie, and Claire Pearsall. Where's my terminal? Up there. Ah, I see. Okay. Before I do that, however, let's... Ooh, I do not have a high enough hack skill. I'll take your bits. Give me your bits. Give me all your bits. Let's check the security routines and modify the system's access. There we are. If you're reading this, you're standing in the legal property of SubLight Salvage and Shipping. Good work, contractor. Report back to SubLight HQ to collect your cut. Beautiful. Project summary. Messages. Station morale. It has come to my attention that a culture of distrust has soured relations between HRS 1084's research staff and security personnel. Many of you have submitted requests for early dismissal. To the research staff, the importance of your work supersedes any interpersonal conflict. To our security personnel, there will be no early dismissal. You will also notice that your employment contract has no set end date. We can enjoy a discussion of morale and its impact on success metrics once the question of humanity's place in the Halcyon colony is answered. In the meantime, get back to work. 3 priority entries found. We almost lost Charlie. It was a runaway resequencing shift. Once it started, it kept going, spreading beyond the isolated tissue to a full-blown systemic infiltration. He said it was like every organ was itchy. I told him we'd ice him, freeze him until we could work out how to reverse what had gone wrong. Every time Laura walked by me, she rubbed my shoulders and asked me to take a different reading. They didn't need to be taken. It was just to keep my mind occupied. She's been checking on me every hour since. Claire. We had to put Claire on ice today. She and the others drew straws. Claire lost. The change was slower this time. At first, the resequence stayed within normal parameters, but then it spread again, just like with Charlie. Tomorrow, I'm reaching out to my handler directly. I need some answers. I wonder how Guthrie's doing. I hear symphony music from under his door. And then James. This log is being entered by Dr. Fall. I had to prescribe Dr. Chartrand enough sedatives to knock out a primal. Yesterday morning, Dr. Guthrie and I drew straws to decide which of us would be the next test subject. He pulled the short one. No new developments. After all of our sacrifices, it still feels like we're miles away from a breakthrough. Eva hasn't forgiven herself for the losses. Maybe some time away from HRS 1084 will clear her mind. The board confirmed receipt of my report and transmitted our recall notice. We're just awaiting transport. I wish we could take some time away from the project to clear our heads. We're not even close to that point. Alright, let me start from the beginning of that. So this is a transmission begins from Dr. Chartrand. Is anyone listening on this frequency? Redacted. Who is this? I'm the project lead on 1084. I wanted... Station 1084, you have orders to maintain wireless silence until a mission end state is achieved. Executive override, password antediluvian. What can I do for you, Doctor? The board told me they would deliver my queries about our transcription problem on the Cornelius Vanderbilt. Where are we with that? I'm afraid I can't provide an updated status at this time, Doctor. The assault cruiser should have arrived on Earth by now. My query is addressed to the Chimerical Research Department at George de Hevesy Institute in Budapest. One of my associates will reach out when we have an update. When? Aren't you in contact with the assault cruiser? What happened out there? Station 1084, misuse of this channel is a fireable offense, as is abusing your executive override, save in cases of emergency. Damn it, this is an transmission ends. Executive override for user Chartrand E discontinued, duration indefinite.
Job done. We can go home to the ship, right? I've been missing Ada fierce. Hold on a tick. Don't we know Chartrand? From Cascadia?
Oh, I can now unbar that door. I can't do anything about that. Alright, time to go. Okay, so the mechanicals will not automatically just go off when the disguise time runs out. That's good to know. But let's go back to the groundbreaker, since we are all done.
A reminder to all crew members, there is only one toilet on the ship.
Well, that sucks. Six of us plus a robot and only one toilet. Womp womp. Okay. So far, so good. Game performance-wise.
Captain, I wish to offer my commendations for convincing the UDL's gunship to leave HRS-1084. I did not favor the idea of being stripped and sold for parts. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? I'll be here.
Okay. To the groundbreaker we go.
Destination reached. The groundbreaker.
All right. Let's put our robot back. We'll take Parvati, and we'll bring the good doctor. If you're out there joining me this evening, it's a quiet Monday. Thank you out there for joining me. I do appreciate the company. A very quiet Monday stream we got here. Nope. Don't make with the stuttering, please. I just complimented you. Don't be a dick.
Finally, a base of our own. Soon we'll have eyes on every corner of the system. Well done, Captain. I heard about that. While my lawyers scratch their heads wondering how we deal with human salvage, I'm leaving the researchers in hibernation. Aside from the automated security, did you meet any resistance at the station? I knew it. They've been shadowing us since Monarch, maybe even longer. I've been less than honest with you. Your assignments weren't strictly about the salvage business. You might have figured that out already.
A bit, yeah.
That's right. Up until now, I've kept you in the dark for your protection. And more importantly, mine. But I'd like to think we've earned each other's trust. After the Monarch job, I started connecting the dots. I didn't like the picture. Then what we found at Station 1084 confirmed my fears. You and I have stumbled onto something big. Something none of us were meant to know.
Human experimentation?
Maybe the worst. Ask yourself why a skeleton crew was studying that Alta Vitae gas in secret. Ask yourself why stockpiles were hidden on a planet full of monsters. Before we go any further, I want you to keep an open mind. Can you do that for me, Captain?
No, sure.
Aliens. I'm talking about aliens. They're the ones responsible for the deaths at 1084, and who knows what else. We have to put a stop to it. Hear me out. I'm saying it's aliens. I'm not asking you to like it. I'm not even asking you to believe it. But I need to act on this threat to the colony, and I can't do it alone.
Captain, in my humble assessment, Ms. Hagen is insane.
This doesn't feel at all right, Captain.
The crew is skeptical. That's good. I don't want you walking into the unknown with blindfolds on. I assume you have questions.
Good evening, Winged. Gad, the alien guy was right.
If we're gonna see this through, I'll need your trust and commitment.
But now this plot line got a lot more interesting.
Conspiracy. One carried out with the help of human collaborators, assuming they haven't all been replaced. This is an invasion of our very cells. That damned gas is mixing our nucleon with halcyon biology to twist us, change us, make us more like those monsters on Monarch. No kidding. That's how they want it. When I lined up the evidence in my spreadsheet, there was only one possible conclusion looking back at me. This is my data talking, not my anxiety or lack of sleep. Sharing my findings took a calculated risk. If you were a spy, I doubt you'd even realize it. Only your cells would know. Probably nothing to worry about, as long as you don't start growing tentacles or slowing down time.
No, I just need to jump into the Hudson River for that.
If you don't believe me, Go pay a visit to the puppet master who's working against her own kind. Dr. Chartrand is the crooked psychopath behind the gas experiments. She sold out her species. I need you to put a bullet through her skull. She's a research scientist and a damn good one. Before UDL poached her, she engineered a 0.2% increase in cystipig juiciness.
Om nom.
Now she's doing the same thing with humanity. Her fingerprints were all over Station 1084. You saw what she did to her team. It's cute that you'd think that about me. I just want to add Savior of Humanity to my resume. I've got ambitions outside of this office, you know. Besides, this way SubLight gets first dibs on alien salvage. Do you usually come across innocent people trapped in suspension tanks? Because some of us would call that excessive. Remember, the tanks were just the shit she left behind. Just imagine the experiments she carted off to her next lab. We're far beyond theories. Chartrand's logs, the gas, the suspension tanks. How much proof do you need? Wake up, Captain. An invasion needs collaborators working from the shadows. She has access to the board, unlimited funds, and a colony full of sheep. This key card will get you through the front door of her Byzantium estate. Don't ask how I got it. You might not like the answer. By now, the other side knows what you're doing. Don't trust anything Chartrand says. She's compromised down to the bone. Maybe even deeper than that.
Level up! That puts us to 25. Getting closer and closer to that level cap, which is 30. Oh, great. Now we have Q. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. All right. 1 for you. 2 for you. 1, go there. Definitely bring up the hack. 1. One, 2. And let's go 1, a 2, a 3. Oh, Parvati, they get perks. All right, I'll take those perks. What do we got? Harmful status effect, damage, plus 20 for 5 seconds. Healed to, okay. Tactical time dilation meter, extract mods, melee damage, range damage. I'll take the range damage. And the Vicar. And I'll take the, change the equip time. Yes, good, 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 good. All right. Nice. All right, so Chimera's last. Okay, so it's on Byzantium. All right, so that weapons from the void. That means we are basically done here, and we can finally head to Byzantium, which is, I think, is the second to last area of the game. Might be the last area. Either way, I know we are getting very close.
It's almost time for today's episode of The Chairman's Children. Care to listen with me?
No.
Won a charming copper kettle off that girl who runs the pub. She's a fierce arm wrestler, but she's no match for your pal Gladys.
So where's that weapon that you were telling me about? I can now purchase this restricted stock. Battered Marta datapad. The old datapad contains incident reports from various security patrols. 2 entries have been marked for later review. Responded to a code ID 10T at the Lost Hope. Vera asked us to bounce some Back Bay rat that got himself soaked in Spectrum Red. Drunken fool got tossed in a scuffle with one of Engineer Tennyson's people. We tossed the rung leech back down to the bays. Asshole fought us the entire way, telling us he'd be sorry once he controlled the hammer's power. If this is some new Hammersmith marketing stunt, I'm complaining to Sunita. Had another run-in with a rung leech from the Lost Hope. Don't know how the uppity piker crawled out of the back bays without us noticing. Locked himself into the repair bay off docking slip 13 and refused to come out. Kept raving about the weapon's chaotic beauty or some shit while we were trying to talk him out. Had to break off when our shift ended. Hullhead's got to come out eventually. Ah. Well, that makes things a little more interesting. Okay. Okay, so it's not here. So where are you specifically? Whoops. Don't want to do that. No, no. Get down, down. Thank you. $28 meters. 29. Okay.
Rizzo's purple berry punch. Wildflower shell around a sweet purple berry flavored center. Suck it, chew it, you can do it.
Okay, it's not here. Is it back in the security area? I think it might be. Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. Whoops. Don't want to do that. What I want to do... Alright, so it was back toward this way a bit.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the fall.
But I am blocked. So...
Do you have what it takes to defend your corporate township from the dangers of alien wild?
This way? Bard. Ah, okay. that's going to make things a little more interesting. Huh. Okay, it's on this floor. But how does one get to that particular area? Interesting. I wonder if I have to get through it from below. Nope. That's barred. Which tells me that there's another way around. And there it is. Right in there. Aha!
Somebody was trying to fix this up, but looks like they ain't been here in a long while. Poor old sweetie.
Let's see how quickly if I can,
What was that? Huh? Heard something.
Here they come!
That's alright.
Here's a little trick I learned in prison.
Thank you. Well, I would have much appreciated it if you hit this, Thank you.
Sorry!
Oh, don't apologize, Parvati. While I'm here, let's repair everything. Repair everything! Take some heavy ammo, take some bits. I think I've reached the more money than God stage portion of this game. Let's hack it. I've got all...
You're an artist, Captain.
I've got all the bits to spare. Prismatic hammer. Very good.
Now, I don't say this lightly, but that is a work of sheer universal beauty.
Search for clues. Discovery. While rummaging through the back bays, I discovered a very old hammersmith crate that seemed to have been sealed for a very long time. A bit of elbow grease and determination pried it open, but I couldn't make heads or tails of my discovery, a prototype hammer. I didn't know Hammersmith actually made hammers, but I brought it to my lab for a closer look. How strangely it glows. The trail of its wake lingers even when my eyes are closed. Log 2. I spent more time on the hammer. Its internal workings are state-of-the-art. Thermal, electrical, and chemical systems all working in harmony. How is this even possible? The weapon is a breakthrough in circuitry and engineering, and many of its systems appear rigged against tampering. There's a curious energy signature swirling about the weapon, though I've yet to identify the source. The air tastes of copper, and I have lost several teeth. I've had the most sublime prismatic dream since I invited the hammer into my bedchamber. Never mind that now. Good news first. The energy signature matches Blondiot's elusive N-rays, raising the hammer's elemental properties to 4. Shock, plasma, corrosion, and radiation. Now for the bad. In my attempts to neuter the self-destruct functionality, I inadvertently caused a small fire. The hammer's manual controls may never function again. Swinging it seems to be the only way of cycling through its elemental modes. I must take greater care with future experiments. Log 4, Annihilation. I've taken the liberty of locking myself in the workshop. My tinkerings were all for naught. This is no prototype. I am simply too flawed to recognize its perfections. The hammer is a lesson, a symbol. It whispers to me that disorder rules all things, but with a little ambition we can harness that power. Only by inflicting chaos upon others can we transmute disorder into harmony. And that is a lesson Halcyon is not ready to bear. Or to hear. Okay. Search for clues. Purchasing old logs or data archives from these vendors. Alright. Well, you're dead. The end. Oh, you had the key card that... Well, that's alright. I had a fuck ton of mag picks, so no harm done. There we are.
I've seen you limping a bit. You all right, Mr. Vicker? Need us to slow down?
I'm afraid my years are catching up with me. But never fear. I believe I can still keep pace with you and the captain.
Ah.
There's no shame in being older, Mr. Vicker. Don't worry. The captain and I will take care of you.
I know you will, Ms. Holcomb, and thank you.
Alright, so our next part in this particular side quest is back on the ship, but we are ready for Byzantium finally. So we're going to make do. I know I have that companion quest for Felix, but I really don't want to do that. I don't really like Felix as a character. And there's my robot. Aw, thank you, Sam. So let's change quests. Let's go to the City in the Stars. So we got 3 out of these 4 quests. 3 out of these 1, 2. We got 3 out of the 5 that are on Byzantium. So let's.
Sam, I must confess, I have not been cleaned for far too long. You're sure this will? Oh yes, that's the spot exactly. Why, I didn't expect you to be so thorough. I am ashamed to admit. Oh, Captain, there you are. Pardon, but perhaps you could afford us some privacy, please?
I will let you have your little lady boner. I'm going to have a nap. Sandra. Oh. Uh-huh. These are all the trinkets I have earned for helping.
Is it time for your regular daily period of unconsciousness?
I already did. Are you done getting fondled by Sam? No, you're not. Okay. Well, I gotta go to Byzantium, so we're gonna.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Okay.
Can we talk?
command.
Yes, Ellie?
Since we're in Byzantium, there's
Ooh.
something I've been meaning to do. I haven't actually talked to my folks in a while. Shocking, right? Anyway, it's probably about time I paid them a visit. Given the dangerous life I lead, they've got to be worried sick. Which brings us to where we are today. Several messages and a few years late. See, I'm originally from Byzantium, born and raised. I know that probably comes as a big surprise. This is why I have to see them. They'll hardly recognize me. Oh, well, I was thinking you'd come too?
Oh.
Great. And when we get there, draw out your rough edges a bit.
Ha!
If you've got an outfit you haven't washed in a while, maybe one with some blood stains, wear that one. You're the boss. Anything else? Things on Monarch have really cooled off. I didn't think MSI and the Iconoclast would ever talk. Outside of shouting four-letter words, I mean. Sure, and fish sticks are really made from Saltuna. Look, I won't knock the work you did. I'm sure they'll have a good cry, look through old photographs, share a pint of premium double chocolate cacao gelato. But sooner or later, things will go back to the way they were. People don't change. Not really. In my experience, it's spread real thin. Anyway, I'd hate to see you get broken up if this thing between them doesn't last. Hey, let's not make this out to be more than it is. Anything else?
Let's see.
I sure hope you negotiated for a raise with this Phineas guy. Ever notice how this job gets bigger and more dangerous every time he calls in? He's asking a lot, Captain.
He is, yes.
Makes me wonder what your angle is. That's one way of looking at it. Another is that he pulled you out of hibernation without your say-so and got you to do his dirty work. Besides, none of this is your mess, so why go dirtying your hands with it? Guess I hadn't looked at it that way. Still, Phineas isn't your only option. The board's put a bounty on his head, and they've got more than enough bits to pay it.
That is true.
I've got no love for the corporations, but they know how to take care of their people. The ones at the top, anyway.
Yeah, but no.
Don't think of it as being a lackey. Think of it as doing a job and getting paid really, really well. I know you want to save the day, but don't forget to look after yourself. No one else out here's going to. Don't mention it, just speaking from experience. Anything else?
Let's move on. Oh, no, actually, no, I'll take this.
It's like one of those stuffy art gallery pieces. Looks okay from far off, but once you get close, you realize it's just some mismatched shit everyone's agreed to overpay for. Even the bribes are overpriced. The real question is, why didn't I leave sooner? There's all these invisible rules, and everyone spends all their energy just trying not to break them.
Mm-hmm.
I was a top-tier surgeon, but I could hardly open a pack of gauze without 10 people signing off first. Now you see why I left.
Yeah.
People call Byzantium the jewel of Halcyon, but really, it's just paste. Everything's polished and bureaucracy. Take a close look and you'll see it's deader than anywhere else in the colony. Don't trust anyone, don't touch anything, and whatever you do, don't show your teeth when you smile. People are extremely competitive about cosmetic dentistry. It can get ugly.
Yeah, with all that diet toothpaste.
Interesting like a colonoscopy.
I mean, I've had 8 of them.
I trained as a surgeon. More my folks' idea than mine, but I made the best of it. Lots of them, unfortunately. I even sculpted a few.
Ha!
Turns out Byzantines are more concerned with having square shoulders and a good profile than, well, anything else. That's what I've been saying.
Alright, so let's take Ellie and Parvati. Or not. Well, that'll depend on where we are in Byzantium. If it's close, I'll go back to the ship and take Ellie. That looks 256. That's actually pretty close. Let me get Ellie. That's not as yeah, let's take Parvati. Ellie, thank you. There we go. First and foremost, though. Oh, we have our contact. And let's give Ellie perk. Sure. And hi, Carmen.
Do you mind? I'm meeting someone. Shh. No names, okay? The Phoenix is a wanted man, and the board has eyes everywhere in Byzantium. Yeah, you're looking to make contact with Minister... Magpie, right? I should warn you, it won't be easy. He spends most of his time in his estate, which is heavily guarded. Afraid not. He almost never leaves his home, and his guards never leave him.
Can't say I blame him. It's scary out of doors. I mean, can you even count how many times we've been shot at?
What work specialists, huh? Our mutual friend is really branching out. Whoa, I'm not one of your B&E specialists. I just provide intelligence. Some of the guards hang around Billingsley's House of Inebriation between shifts.
That place is still open? I used to study there during medical school.
Maybe you could do some reconnaissance there. You know, swipe a key while nobody's looking.
That's a thought.
Just remember, you didn't hear it from me. I've always been fascinated by birds. If you ever research Earth species, there are thousands of them, so colorful and distinct.
Here we got 11 flavors of terror rays and not much else. That kind of variety? I mean, gosh, seems almost impossible.
The other thing about birds, though, is their environmental indicators. Exactly. I started thinking about everything we see around Halcyon, and all the things we don't see. For starters, you rarely come across anyone living in Byzantium who wasn't born here, even though we get ships in all the time.
Trust me, anyone with a lick of sense gets out of here as soon as possible.
But most people don't. In fact, most people stay exactly where they start. Doesn't that seem strange to you? And then there's the way nothing gets fixed. There used to be a suggestion box around here. People would drop ideas in. Nothing ever came of them, of course. I mean, there's a shredder at the bottom of the box, so I don't know what you'd expect to happen. But one day the shredder broke. No one came to fix it, and since it wasn't working, we didn't have anywhere to file our complaints. So you can imagine how messy things got.
I bet your repair folks couldn't find parts. Back in Edgewater, I'd have to take something apart just to put another thing back together.
Might have been the paperwork. Here, you have to append forms to your forms, and law help you if there's a single dash out of place.
Oh. Oh, I've reached the city of the entire New York State civil service.
At first, management put up an out-of-order sign, but that just seemed to worry people, like they were advertising something wasn't working. They eventually took the whole suggestion box sign down so that people didn't have any expectations about it. But they never fixed it, never replaced it. Doesn't that seem odd to you? The whole episode made me wonder, if they can't fix something as simple as a suggestion box, what else aren't they fixing? After a while, I got connected with our mutual friend and started using my position here to feed him information when I could. That's it, really.
All right. Minister Clark, Minister's Guard. But before we progress further with the main quest, first, let's... So, where are you actually? Distance-wise, 247. And... You're both are very close by. 235. All right. Well, let's retiree. Oh. Oh, wow.
Why can't something exciting happen around here for once?
Nothing wrong with stability. It means everything's running like clockwork.
Don't you ever want a little fun? Maybe see a marauder ship get blown to bits overhead?
What a thing to say. Everyone knows.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Want to be famous?
I'll come back to you.
Try anti-Cleo.
Is that supposed to be a model of the system? Not super accurate.
Prosperity Plaza
treated a
discovery.
lady who got her hand caught in the gears. Idiot was more worried about her rings than her fingers.
Took over the refinery. I can't believe it. And then the chairman shot their space shuttle down with a hammer.
Wealthy citizen? Oh, yeah.
I'm afraid I can't come down anymore, my good man. I'd have to request a counter waiver, and you know how dreadful the paperwork is.
Don't I ever, my dear fellow. Why, I spent 3 hours filing a discussion authorization just to commence our little tech.
Wow. This city is,
All right, how does this sound? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to walk into you like that. Oh my goodness. Ruth Bellamy?
Citizens, today marks a monumentous occasion in the course of Halcyon history. After a deep and thorough examination of our budgets, revenue streams, and predictive models, we are publishing our yearly success report. Profits are soaring, promotions abound.
Is it me, or could each of these homes fit all of Edgewater inside? Cannery and all.
There's my parents' place. Smell that? Industrial grade cleaning solvent in desperation.
All right.
Wait to share what's in store.
Well, let's have a look. Let's say hello to Ellie's parents then. Fancy.
Marilyn, is that you?
Loss. We certainly didn't expect to see you like this.
And I didn't expect you to renew your marriage contract. But we're all full of surprises today, aren't we? Speaking of surprises, you should meet my new friend. We've been running around the system for a while now, stirring up all sorts of trouble.
Play the ruffian angle some more. You're supposed to help me make an impression.
Anyway, you're probably wondering where I've been all this time.
Not exactly.
The last few years have been a bloody haze. You wouldn't believe the messes we've gotten ourselves into. Right? Yep, we're a pair of disgraceful lowlifes.
Marilyn, this really isn't the best time. Perhaps you should go.
You tell him. We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink your expensive hooch, wear our outside shoes all over your nice floors. He's right. Since when can you afford authentic Terran marble?
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but you must understand, we hadn't heard from you in ages.
We thought you were dead.
I'm not dead. I just never wanted to talk to you again.
I'm afraid the distinction was lost on us, darling.
We only did what any grieving parents in our position would do. We collected on your life insurance policy.
And the payouts have been rather substantial.
You what? Well, now that I'm here, I guess you'll just have to report back that I'm very much alive and kicking.
It's not that simple. For one thing, we'd have to cut back on so many necessities. The neighbors would be sure to notice.
Oh, wow.
That's the other problem.
We had to explain your disappearance somehow.
We couldn't very well tell people you'd run off to become a miscreant, could we? Shh. Someone could hear you.
We concocted a story about Celeste Jollycurl designing a pair of 12-inch heels for you.
One of a kind, naturally.
That led to your tragic death when you tripped and broke your neck.
It was quite the story. People were talking about it for weeks.
Couldn't you have at least made up a better story? Something with pirates or raptidons? And what are you gonna do now that we're here?
Yes, about that. We were just about to ask you to, leave.
Quietly, if you don't mind. She hasn't changed a bit, I see.
That's it? You just want us to disappear now?
Marilyn, please.
Don't cause a scene.
Damn right, Captain. Fine. I'm gone. Forever this time.
Quest updated. Follow up with Ellie. All right.
Let's talk outside.
Okay. Wow, that was... Wow. We haven't heard from you in a few years, so we just considered you dead, and we're collecting on your life insurance. I wonder if there's a way. I wonder if there's a way we can.
Can you believe those two? We'd hardly been there a minute, and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage. I thought they'd be scandalized. They'd both be sitting there watching one of their vapid aetherwave dramas, and then we'd walk in. Mother would drop her mock apple cider, and the glass would shatter all over their overpriced marble. Father would tear off his glasses and blink open-mouthed. I'd have a great one-liner in the tube. I was thinking either, the leather's fake but the scars are real, or, oops, did I just track awesome onto your rug? Yeah, I'm gonna use that one day. Now, getting back to my story. Father would throw his hands up, because this would be just like me, to come back and make a big scene. Then, Mother would do the old, "You had us worried sick." Her eyes would be red, and she'd have her fist in front of her mouth to stifle a sob. I'm not hurt. I'm outraged. Affronted, even. I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that. It's embarrassing, you know? And I've got a reputation to maintain. I'd love to know how you'd describe getting kneecapped. Uh-oh, it looks like we're in for a big talk. Can't I just have a drink and punch some poor defenseless pillow instead? Anyway, I don't want to sift through this lousy experience for meaningful life lessons. I'm mad, and I want to do something about it. Something...
Good evening, Star Wolf.
Wait a second. What if I could get that money? I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole beneficiary. All the payouts would go to me.
Ooh.
I'll make money without doing a thing. And I'll get to cut them off. My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. They have an office in Byzantium. Maybe you could use some of your people skills to help me set up a dummy beneficiary account. If that doesn't work, I'm sure we can find one of their terminals and do it ourselves. Something on your mind?
All right, we've updated. Find the insurance agency office, 219 away. Let's see what else I can do while we're here. Where's the Chimerist? Oh, like right there. 19. Okay, we're gonna be in for some plot or guns a-blazing or something, but I feel, at any rate. Oh, this could be interesting. Oh, we're in Dr. Chartron's home.
You think the privy's gold-plated too?
Can't go in that way. That's a no. That's a yes. Logs. All right. Dr. Eva Chartrand. My worst suspicions are confirmed. HRS 1084 was ransacked. Who knows what became of my suspension tanks? My team. As usual, my handler's on the border of no help. Till I deliver results they can replicate, package, and disperse to the general population, they desire only silence and obedience from the likes of me. I've received no messages from the Cascadia lab. I can hold out hope that a mere salvager happened upon HRS 1084, not a saboteur. Circumstances were hardly optimal at the primary and secondary labs. Political instability pulled Cascadia out from under me, and some combination of cabin fever and paranoia soured HRS 1084. Perhaps my home in steadfast Byzantium will offer the retreat I need. Though I miss working alongside colleagues, I know that I hardly deserve the ones I so enjoyed, the ones I lost. The work continues in isolation and loneliness, perhaps as it should. Ever since our species became aware of itself, we imposed our superiority on the worlds we have touched. Colonialism worked, for a time, but our oldest trick didn't work and Halcyon did it. Now we are the ones who must bow to a force greater than ourselves. We are the ones who must adapt. Update. Wine makes me too introspective. Perhaps I'll balance it out with vodka. Lab access. Let's unseal the entrance. Good. So that's where I came in. Ah. All right, Doctor.
Wow, look at the size of this basement.
That's far enough. What are you doing here? How did you even get inside? You're in my house, and I'm not fucking around. Start talking.
If anyone ever tries to off me, I hope they do it with the same professional courtesy.
Hagen. I've never heard of her. Is she from the board? Damn it. I knew this would happen. My what conspiracy? Let's talk about this. Please. I think there's been a crucial misunderstanding. If you came looking for some elaborate scheme, it isn't here. All I'm doing is trying to keep Halcyon alive.
What are you doing, Doctor? This information is beyond classified.
You can write me up in your report. It hardly matters. I'm researching a new way to feed the colony. The crops we transplanted from Earth don't give us the nutrients we need. Our colonists might not realize it yet, but they're starving. The food we grow here barely sustains human life. The colony won't last under these conditions. So, the board let me approach the problem from a different
Info dump.
I believed that I could adapt humans to live on Halcyon's terms. That I could change us. Give us the ability to derive sustenance from the nutrients the food does have. Not for lack of trying. I wanted to save them all, but I wasn't strong enough. I wouldn't allow us to experiment on convicts or the unemployed. It's wrong, no matter what the law says. Everyone agreed. We accepted the risks. I'm desperate. I've already asked all the best institutes on Earth for help. Years ago, we sent a message out on the Cornelius Vanderbilt, but heard nothing back. Once we can replicate a success, the board will move to rewire our nucleon. With any luck, our next generation will be eating and thriving off Halcyon crops.
But...
Knowing what the board considers a success, that doesn't give me a lot of hope.
You really think the board got our best interests at heart? I mean, they say, but I'm just not sure.
No.
We haven't made enough strides to advance the plan. Hardly any at all. But we have to keep trying. It's been missing for over 2 years now. They never re-established contact after the skip to Earth. Of course, the board is keeping that under wraps.
Imagine losing something with that many guns on it.
How'd you lose half a pair of ships like it were a sock?
The board is uneasy about letting the colony know, seeing as half of their military force vanished without a trace.
Pop!
The board also has its brand to uphold. If you can't trust the brand, what else is there? You came to kill me. I assume that's still on the table. Please don't. If I die, there's no one who can reproduce our work. Every sacrifice will have been for nothing. And we'll be no closer to a solution that feeds the colony.
I try not to, at least when it comes to the moral dilemmas. Lilia Hagen's a useful ally to have, but I'll back you up either way.
I hope you know what you're doing, Captain. I leave it in your hands.
Seems like she's trying to help, Captain. Honest help. Ain't many in the colony doing that. We should let her try.
Everything I did was for the good of the colony. Consider that.
Yeah, but you experimented on humans. You really did. And, you experimented on a lot of humans. That's, yes, sorry. It's like, I am sorry. You experimented on a lot of people. Yeah, just, While I'm here, can I examine that? No. I had to make a moral decision, was what? That I just could not, like, our scientist's heart was in the right, our scientist over there was, her heart was in the right place, but, she experimented on a lot of people, and they're all, just, ugh. Alright, we got about 10-15 minutes to go. While we're here, let's find fancy clothes for Parvati, which is over there. What about... Okay, so we'll get the clothes first.
You must... Oh, there. That's one right there. Can't you just see the stench of impropriety radiating from it?
Okay.
Somewhere else. Anywhere else.
Miss Ellie, Dr. Finhill, I notice your pistol's been making a funny noise.
What are you talking about? I oil it every night.
Well, look here. Your slide's not recoiling fully? You might be due for a new spring.
Not quite soiling his people, but like doing modifications to people's brains so that they could adapt to crops in the galaxy. But in doing so, did horrible things to their brains, and they had to be put into stasis.
I've always loved this.
All right.
You, with the hips. Over here. Let me take a closer look at you. Don't speak. Hold that posture for a moment while I admire you. You have a natural contrapposto, my dear. The way you rest your weight against your hip suggests a certain rugged charisma possessed only by the mighty primal and the well-traveled spacer. Splendid. I love it. Your walk, your posture, the cut of your clothes. You carry yourself with the bearing of a noble, but you dress like a barbarian. How deliciously outre. I'm Celeste Jolicoeur, and you, my dear, are exactly what Byzantium needs.
Really?
Darling, you and that brutish swagger of yours have been on my mind the moment you stepped into my studio. I'm working on a new line of clothing that will shock this city to its core, and I'd like your help. What do you say, my dear? Care to make history with me?
Oh, let's.
Everything I need to know can be deduced from a first impression. You're an outsider. You're exotic. You carry a whiff of barbarism and adventure. You're the embodiment of everything I want in my new line. When I look at you, I see the very embodiment of everything the walls of Byzantium were built to keep out. Making an outfit worthy of you won't be easy. I'll need your help gathering the right materials.
I've just acquired a side quest.
Marvelous! You and I are gonna wake this city up like a cold splash of wine to the face. What I need is a survey of the outside world. What does the common laborer wear? How do the wild-eyed madmen of Monarch dress themselves? I've heard rumors, but I require samples. Also, I expect you to model for me. Oh, you cad. You'll be the talk of Byzantium once I'm done with you.
Oh, now I'm just having
I'll need you
fun.
to model for me the following: the apparel of an iconoclast, the armor of a marauder, and a full ensemble of spacer gear, helmet included. And when I say spacer gear, I mean an outfit worn by real spacers. None of that garbage spacer's choice pedals.
No tall shoes, though. I mean it.
You have the bearing and demeanor of a born model. You're going to absolutely murder this job. Fabulous! I can't wait to see what you dredge up.
You don't gotta be so forward about my reasons, Captain.
Let me get a good look at you. Turn around, please, darling. My word. Such muscular shoulders. You're a vision, dear.
I am no such thing, ma'am.
Nonsense, you're absolutely lovely. Chin up now. I have just the thing for you. Let me do a back-of-the-envelope calculation. Materials, labor, licensing and copyright. There.
Oh, I've got plenty.
Now stand back. Back. I'll enter the settings and get these machines spinning.
We've reached that point of the game where I have more money than God.
And there we are, my darling girl. I wish you a splendiferous evening. And if you don't mind my asking, have you any interest in modeling?
What? Oh, no, ma'am. All them eyes staring at me? I couldn't. No way, no how. I get scared just thinking on it.
I wish you weren't so shy, my Violet. You truly are beautiful. I hope your date sees that as clearly as I. For you, anything. Outside Byzantium? Of course not. There's nothing for me outside Byzantium.
Aha.
Yes, and I'm terribly grateful you've agreed. Look, darling, I don't belong outside Byzantium any more than a fish belongs on the land. Anyway, I'm quite certain Byzantium wouldn't last 3 days without me. I'd return to a smoking ruin of hideous fabrics and mismatched colors. You're very welcome.
Yeah, I have no intention of finishing that particular side quest. However, let me speak to Parvati. Come on.
Oh, can you believe this outfit? It's so handsome, I'm almost afraid to touch it. Well, I guess that's everything then. After all this time, I just have to actually do it now. You know, there's a part Junlei's been looking for to fix up the air cyclers. They only carried them on big colony ships, like the Hope. I know. For a while, it felt like everything I did was a little bit of help. And it meant I didn't have to ask her to be mine. Not yet. Not for real. Next time we dock with Groundbreaker, I'm doing it.
Good.
I'll send June a message and ask her over. Oh, this is real scary, Captain. I'm grateful for all you done.
Alright, so we'll have to talk to her on the ship. But the last thing I will do tonight before we call it, we'll finish off this Low Crusade quest, since we're here. Which is 92 meters away. That's not far at all.
I love Byzantium. Where else are you going to find art, culture, or clean toilets?
Vending machine discovered. Oops. $44. Getting close. Sole letter in this mailbox is addressed to the Greater Housing Insurance Group satellite office in Fallbrook on the planet Monarch.
I guess we're going to Fallbrook.
All right. That quest has been updated. So now I gotta go to Fallbrook. All right. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother completing that. Well, I gotta go back to the Groundbreaker, but we're just gonna go there. Since we're gonna have to do a bit of off-worlding. Oops. Come on. Can I get onto the ship, please? Can I get a fast travel? Thank you.
Captain, Felix and the Vicar are arguing again.
Yeah, that's nice. Let's go to the groundbreaker.
Destination reached. The groundbreaker.
Talk to
Nice
Parvati.
work dispatching Chartrand, Captain. SubLight will be pleased.
All right, Parvati.
All right. She's on her way. How do I look? Oh, my hands have finally stopped shaking. All right. Deep breath. Here I go.
Check in on the date. Nice.
Anyhow, so I told him, Dad, I'm a big girl now. I ain't need your help. I can do it on my lonesome.
What did he say to that?
Have at it then. And he handed me his favorite wrench, the one he used for the camera. He's probably half as tall as I was.
He didn't scold you for talking back?
I was going to leave the ship anyway. Because I have one last thing to report. Select companion. Nope, she's going to enjoy her date. Let's bring on the good vicar. Save it. Leave them to enjoy their date. Really? I just left the ship and apparently the night passed without incident. Alright, let's just do that. Since that takes me right to SubLight. Stop staggering. So far you've been behaving yourself.
Is it done? Well. Looks like someone's due for a promotion. How does Vice President of Aggressive Acquisitions sound to you, contractor? You've certainly earned it, my blood-soaked rising star. Catherine heard I was taking you on full-time and sent along a present of her own. I've had it delivered to your ship. From now on, the board will think twice before fucking with Lilia Hagen, savior of humanity. Be sure to mention that in your travels. We could use the free advertising.
Hey, we don't work for exposure.
Shouldn't be a problem. I have quite a bit of experience spreading the word.
Well, if there's nothing else, I need to review some applications, seeing as I just lost my best contractor. Not as much as I'd like. The board dispatched it to Earth on a resupply mission, I think. Why? Interesting. It's possible the board wanted the cruiser to disregard ancillary tasks. But to what end? I'll have someone look into it. But for the moment, we're pissing in the wind and shooting in the dark. Considering how you get around, you'll probably find answers before I do.
And that's a level up. But we will deal with that on Friday. So that completes the entire SubLight quest line. So we are going to save it right here. And when I see you again on Friday, we will get back to this. We may. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think we're going to get very close to finishing this game. I thought, with Byzantium still left to go, I think if we don't finish it this Friday, we will definitely finish this next week. And then after that, I can begin my Resident Evil 25th anniversary streaming, which will be fun. But I'm enjoying this game. And it didn't crash. The game did not crash on me. So maybe I'll keep these settings for Friday, and I can has glitch-free stream. That'd be great. So, alrighty. Well, it was a very, very quiet night. So if you were out there watching me this evening, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you Friday. But in the meantime, stay healthy, stay safe, do not get the plague. I don't want to hear you getting sick because of your own stupidity. COVID's still out there, so be safe, all right? I'll see you Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Have a good night.